Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, and in this video we'll see how can we get the coordinates and the elevation along the light pole that we uh, inserted. Okay, so this one was inserted using the 3D array along the path. Along the path we used polyline to create an array path. Okay, so this one, the link will be in the description to learn how we can do this easily in Civil 3D. Okay, so that being said, now we need coordinates, and I'm thankful to our one of our viewer who pointed out how we want coordinate, how we can extract the coordinates for each of the light lamp. Okay, so coordinates with elevation for each of the street poles. Okay, so for that, I think that's not very difficult. What we can do is we already have a polyline, okay, here. But we want elevations and coordinates for this point, maybe the center, okay? So let me locate the center first, okay? So let's just use polyline command, and then I will just say shift and right click to locate the center, and oh, it's not locating. So what we're gonna do is we need to locate the center of this part. Okay, so let's draw a polyline from here as it is. Okay, so maybe this is our center. Okay, okay, now this polyline was used for creation, so I will just shift it till that location. Okay, first you select the polyline, okay, and then say copy, and then how we gonna copy. I want this midpoint, grab this midpoint and take it to this here center. So I will say right click and midpoint between 2 points, and then again right click to locate apparent intersection. Okay, this one, and for another point again apparent intersection, this point. Okay, so here I have grabbed the center, and now here I want it. So again midpoint between 2 points and right click and say maybe endpoint. I can locate one endpoint and then another endpoint. Okay, endpoint here. Okay, so this is how we are able to uh, copy this properly. Okay, now this particular 3D polyline runs along the, it crosses the center lines of these, the xy that we want. Okay, so very good. So now what I do is I would just trim it up there. I will just want it to start from here. Okay, so let's trim it. Let's use tr, enter, and this I will trim this here. So once it's trimmed, I have now a starting point, and distance between these, the array, these two objects is how much? 15 meters. So let's verify it. Let's align here, and just roughly, I'm just taking it roughly. It's around 15 meters. Okay, just I have to verify. Okay, so it's 15 meters. Now what I will do is I will try to create points along this particular line at 15 meters. Okay, okay. So if I do that, I can get the x, y, and z on the surface, on this corridor surface, top of the surface. Okay, then I will get those points. Okay, for that, be careful how your surfaces are made. Okay, so right now in this case, for this tutorial purpose, I used all the points. Normally, it's not the case. Okay, there are some points that should not be the part of your surface creation, so you should exclude it. And right now, when we create our points, it may interfere with the surface. So for that, if you have something like me, then what you can do is you can just create a group with all those points, okay, and remove this and add that to your surface rather than keeping all the points for the surface creation. Okay, so for that, let's do something. If you don't have that issue, you can skip into the video to the further step. Okay, so let me do this quickly. So I will just go to the point groups and then say new. Okay, and in that right now I need to select all of these. Okay, So what I will do is I will just select by number. I will not add all to the group. Okay, so I will let me first display those points, all these points. They are not displayed, so I will just put it something like that and then display. Okay, good. And then I will say point groups new. Okay, and then I will say it for surface. So this surface, okay, caps is on surface. Okay, and I will just include and with number matching, and I will select all from the drawing. Okay, just select these from the drawing, hit enter, and now I have a group surface called surface. Okay, very good. Now what I do is let's hide those points. We don't need it right now. It's in the surface, so okay, let's visible. Okay, 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 apply. Okay, okay. Now, but our surface still have all points as a group. Okay, so what I will do is I will just try to remove this. Okay, so I delete this. Okay, and say okay. Okay, so the surface is deleted now. Okay, okay, it does not have any point. I haven't rebuilt it, so it's quickly rebuild the surface. So rebuild, and there is no data in the surface. Okay, right now, so let's add point groups. I say add, and then I add this surface data and say okay, and then we are back to the settings. Okay, it's with same surface. Okay, fine. Now, as we have already defined all other things here, masks and everything is already there, so that's why it's all, and even the settings for the contour system, so that's why it revert back to the same. Okay, now what we do is now we have to create the points. Now is the final step. Okay, so we have now is the it starts. I just put everything in together so that you don't get issues. Okay, so just make sure where your the light pole starts or any linear object starts. From that you have to create points. Okay, so now we go to the points and go to the points creation tools, and here on the point creations, just I think I have already changed it or not. Okay, let's see if I have changed it. Okay, so prompt for elevations, I will say automatic. These three settings for name also I will say automatic, and for description I will say automatic. Okay, and default elevation I'll just keep it like that, and default description for the grouping it will be easier. For I will say PL per light pole. Okay, and okay, with this setting being on, now what I have to find is even from here you have accessible options. So there is create points from surface. Okay, or here. Okay, along a polyline or contour. Okay, very good. So what we do is we create a uh, points along this polyline. Okay, so we say okay, and then we choose a surface. It will ask you once you selected it, it will ask you to choose a surface. So I will hit enter as my surface is hidden. So I will choose surface top, the top surface, and say okay. Or you may choose other surfaces that you have, and then now it will ask you for the distance between the points. Okay, first point start of that point to the end. Okay, to the second one. Okay, so that's one. I have like this one we created at 15 meters, right? So as we verify, so 15 I will enter, and then it will ask you for a polyline or contour. So I just select the polyline and say enter. That's all, but we don't have any points visible yet. Okay, no problem, because points are hidden right now. So what I will do is they are there actually. If you go to the all points and say edit points, then if I see for the description of PL that created, oh, okay, or maybe PL is up above somewhere. Somewhere we have to find, just leave it, no problem. What we will do is go to the point group and create new, and then I will just put it like PL for pole, and then I will say include with the names, elevation, or raw description wherever it is. Okay, we just put it like that, and then Okay, we say apply and say okay. So now you will see all the points will be visible. So you see with elevations and everything is here. So what you can do is further, what you can do is if you want that, these points are there. So it's in a group. Now you have a PL group. Okay. So we can just go to that and say edit points, and now you can do whatever you want with these points. Okay. We can just export them, uh, or, uh, or, or uh, to Excel or something like that. Now, another thing that we can do if you want it to display on your drawing, like easting and northing. Okay. So no problem. You can do that also. Simply just select a point, or we change here properties. We go to the properties of point group, and then here we will choose easting and northing. But another thing that we need also is elevation. Maybe we need this one is our top of the pole. So we need this elevation also. So you can have other surfaces, like you can define a bottom surface for it and then create those points. The procedure is same. Procedure will be same. Okay, so I will just edit it, maybe copy selection, and then I will say northing, easting, and elevation. So I will say NEZ for the Z for the elevation. Okay, and the layout I will go and northing, easting is already there. Okay, it's like this. So I will just put it elevation parameter there. So we'll add point elevation. Okay, and with the same accuracy and everything, whatever it is, and I will say Z. Okay, northing, easting, and Z in the same style. Okay, and say okay, and it will be like this. Okay, and say apply. Now you can do further customizations, like we know. I will just put it like 0.25 for the size. Okay, or maybe zero point 0.5 for the size. That's fine. Okay, let's apply. Okay, now you have these co coordinates displayed on the drawing. So friends, this is how we can get coordinates and with elevation of our light poles that we created, okay, or any other linear objects that is at a certain interval. We can create it easily. That's very easy. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for commenting. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel to get videos like this. Thanks for watching. Have a great time.